Okay, nako, magandang gabi ho sa inyo lahat. Welcome ho sa ating program. Si Sunny Laragan ho ito on a happy Thursday. Ayan, happy Thursday na naman ho ngayon. Sa araw na ito, isang mapagpalang at a very informative program ho para sa inyong lahat, no? Dito sa ating programang Usapang Immigration, no? Immigration Corner with yours truly and si Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat, no? Thank you very much sa inyong lahat, sa inyong pagsubaybay pa rin, patuloy hanggang sa ngayon. It's a Thursday, so happy Thursday, syempre. Pagka Thursday, smile tayo at masaya ho tayo dahil kapiling na naman natin yung ating happy immigration expert, no? Ito yung walang iba, kundi si Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat. Attorney Lira, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Magandang gabi din. So, Sonny, happy Thursday. No?
Yes. Happy Thursday. Mabuhay ho kayo. Ayan, kami ho ni Attorney ay makakasama ninyo for the next hour and a half. Depende ho, no? Dito sa ating programa na pwede nyo ninyong kapulutan ng aral. And today, meron tayo hong magiging topic, pero siyempre, kwento-kwento muna tayo. Ang topic natin, teka muna, ito, no, yung immigration, ito, Article 3, Human Rights, removal of seriously ill people to their country of origin. Ayan. Mamaya-maya ho, tatalakayin ho natin yan. In the meantime, magkumustahan ho muna tayo. Attorney, kumontak na ba yung mga nanalo natin sa unang pagbati? Yung first babati sa atin?
Yeah, yun na nga.
Ano balita?
Una, no? Our Northern Ireland, our best Belfast friend, he emailed me yung address nga niya. I even set up an account with Sainsbury's to deliver. Pero nakalimutan ko siyang i-email just to check whether he'll be around to collect. And it's been a week now.
So, right.
Nakalimutan ko. Ang gagawin ko, I think I may just send it by Amazon. Because I want to just get it there. Tsaka si Maris, no? Nag-email siya sa akin kahapon o kanina. So nasa akin yung address niya.
Kanina, okay. Si Maris Mendez. Si Mendez, no? Si Maris Mendez, okay. Kumontak sa'yo, oo. Ano lang naman to, it's a little ating, laro lang natin dito, no? Kung sino unang bumati lang. Ayan.
Yeah.
Oo. So, unahan din sila, Yes, go ahead. Attorney, ano yan?
Wala pa yung address niya. Hindi niya pinapadala pa.
Nino? Sino wala pang address?
Pangalawa. Di ba tatlo lang winners natin?
Si Franz Pinedo.
Si Mr. Pinedo.
Sino ba una natin? Franz Pinedo?
Yeah. Si Franz ang
una.
Tapos,
we've lost track na, no? Oo. We've lost track, no? Nawalan tayo. We've lost track, mga kaibigan. Pasensya na, no? Okay. So, dali lang nga. Tine-check ko lang yung ating, kung sino naman yung ating first winner tonight, no? So, okay. Si Rudy Librogio pala ang parang bumati pa lang sa'yo. Ika nga. Ayun, okay. So, si Rudy Librogio. Ang alam ko nanalo sa atin si Franz Pinedo or Pinedo. Sino pa ba? Sino yung second winner natin? Hindi ba? Baka si Rudy Librojo, hindi kaya? Tapos Maris Mendez ba yan? Tapos, ayan, Maris Mendez. So, ano kayo? Email nyo ho. Ito ang email ni Attorney, no? Ito ang email ni Attorney. Ayan, email kabatbat@douglas-simon or -simon.com, no? Ayan ho, email nyo dyan. Or siguro, gagawa na tayo ng official, para doon sa mga program natin, mga legal corner, legal natin, no? Mga programs natin. Nang sa ganun, ay makakontak ko kayo. Okidoki. Ayan, medyo malamig ba sa'yo? Siya nga pala. Medyo naghihigpit na ngayon, di ba? Meron tayong may mga tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tumaas na yata tayo sa tier 2 na ba tayo? Ano bang status ng London? Ano balita mo, Attorney?
So, London, I think tier 2 na tayo. Alam mo ang nangyari? Actually last week, may nagkasakit sa opisina. So sabi niya sa akin, nilalagnat daw siya. So so sabi ng doktor daw sa kanya, well, just have a COVID test. So immediately, of course, panic naman kami, no? Dahil of course, I don't want to clients kung kumahawa nga sila. So ginawa namin, we actually went to a test center sa Hammersmith. Lahat kami sa opisina, we all had our COVID test. So thank goodness negative naman. At saka on top of that, pwede kang may dagdag nga lang ng bayad. But you can also get your antibody test. So titingnan nila kung nahawa ka na, kung nakuha mo na yung COVID, and if you built up antibodies against it. And you know what's strange? Lahat kami sa opisina, we've all had it. And we've
Oh,
also, oh, sorry, yung battery ko. Yeah, we've all had it. At saka, and we
wow.
have antibodies. So if we can believe yung sinasabi nga nila that if you've had it, hindi mo na makukuha, then we should be fine. Sonny, ang problema ko, whilst I'm talking to you, my iPad has gone up to say 5%
Sige,
na nga
sige.
lang ako. I
Okay,
don't really
sige.
know
Ako
why.
lang muna. Ako lang muna ba? Parang ako lang muna?
Yeah, ano muna? Yeah,
Would you
I'll be
like?
with you 1 sec.
Okay, ayan, ayan. So, ayan, meron tayong topic for tonight. No? Pag-usapan ho natin itong tinatawag nating, ano ba tawag dito? Article 3. Ayan ho ang tatalakayin ni attorney ho sa gabing ito. No? It's Article 3, ayan, Article 3, Human Rights, Removal of Seriously Ill People to their Country of Origin. Okay. Mamaya i-anunsyo ko lang yung yung winners natin, no. Meron tayong kasi konting rito, contest kung tawagin parang hindi pa, wala pa. Hindi pa yung iba yan, last week yan, no. Pero unang bumati winner, meron tayo. Ito nakakatawa sa atin, no. We talk about human tuloy immigration, pero ayan, meron tayong konting pa-contest naman para at least matuwa kayo, no. Wala namang contest to na malakihan. It's just pag sino unang mag-present yan, mag-say ng present, uh, mananalo. So, which means na ano lang, unahan lang kayo, katuwaan lang. And it's nice to know that you guys are around para samahan kami, no? Para makasama natin. Ayan. Alamin natin kung okay na ba si attorney? Okay na ba? Attorney, are you okay na ba?
Sandali.
Ah, sandali pa, ayan. Sandali pa. Basta mag-thumbs up ka lang, ha? Pakita mo yung thumbs up. Pag nakita natin yung thumbs up, ayos na. Aha. Okay. At, uy, by the way, samantalahin ko yung uy, teka muna. Habang babatiin ko lang ng birthday ng aking apo. Nako, ito yung apo ko, nagse-celebrate ho siya. Well, today is her birthday, pero patapos na sa Pilipinas. Dito, patapos na rin. Today yung birthday niya, yan si Kyle, ang aking napaka-cute na apo ho yan. At siya ay 15 years old today. Nako, yun ang tita niya, nag-post yan. Si Sarah May, ang tita niya, nag-post yan sa ating, sa Facebook, no? Ito yung apo ko, si Kyle. Ito, love na love ko to. Ito, yan ang aking apo, si Kyle. No? Ano ba sabi may message yung tita niya eh. Ano ba message ng tita niya? Sabi ng tita niya is, ano ba, ito, sabi niya, happy birthday, sister. Tawag kasi ni sister kasi sila, etong aking anak, itong daughter kaya si Sarah May, yung daughter ko na to, ayaw magpatawag ng ayaw magpatawag ng tita. So ang gusto niyang tawagin lang sa kanya is ate. So yeah, sabi niya, happy birthday, Sister Kyle. Parang sister lang. I hope that now that you are 15, you realize that bangs and short hair are not for you. But if you'll still push it, I will support you. Talaga nga naman tita, no? I will always be your back, be, parang cover your back siguro. Or your back, I will always be your backup dancer pala. Sorry. In your to the most part, because I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. There's no one to blame if you don't bet on, ayan, ahahaha. May the good Lord grant your heart's desires. Love, love ulit. At yung aking apo, attorney, yan ang aking apo, si Kyle. He's 15 years old. Ayan, tutuwa naman ako. Ayan, meron siyang pictures dito. Ayan, ang mga pictures niya. Ayan, tapos, nakakatuwa. Ayan. Ayan. So, yung aking si Kyle, yan, Kyle Laragan. Ayan, yung aking 15-year-old grandchild. Nako, may grandchild na pala ako. Ayan. Okay, attorney. Ayan, balik tayo. Okay na siguro si attorney. Nag-thumbs up na ba? Thumbs up na ba, attorney? Thumbs up? Okay, thumbs up na. Okay, okay. Balik natin si kay attorney. Attorney yon, yung
Oh,
aking 15-year-old granddaughter. 15 years old na siya. Nakakatuwa na.
she's beautiful.
Dalagita na.
Ang ganda.
Dalaginding. Oo, ayan, ayan. Ayan siya, oh. Ayan, si Kyle. Si Kyle, ayan. Kyle ang pangalan niyan. Kyle Gabriel Laragan.
Oh,
Yan, ako. Oh, very, very intelligent siya. Lagi siyang nasa top of the class, honors list. And then my little boy, yung aking apo na si Calix naman, consistent every year siya ang parang best English speaking student or pupil
Wow.
of Notre Dame, no, sa grade niya, o si Calix. Nakakatuwa naman yung bata
Oh,
na yun. So I'm quite lucky, no, attorney, dahil meron akong, yan, dalawang apo ko na yan, mababait, mababait
mm,
talaga, wala ka talagang hindi matitigas sa ulo, hindi sila maarte, hindi sila nagpapabili ng kahit ano. Yun, si Kyle ko yan.
mm,
Kyle, I love you, no, happy birthday. I truly, 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 truly love you, no. Ayan. Ang gumawa
mm.
nag-post ng ano niya, ito yung tita niya. Ito yung nag-post niya. Yung tita niya, ito yung nag-post nila. Ayan. Ito nag-post yung tita niya. Ayan. Si Sarah May. Okay. All right. Ayan. Teka muna.
Wow.
Ah, okay ka na. So everything's okay. Pwede na
Yeah,
natin
yeah,
siguro
yeah. Sorry.
ano yun. Oh. Go. Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Dahil I was I plugged it in, so
Mm.
siguraduhin nga na I don't run out of battery. So, but it gives you a countdown. Sabi daw 10%. Tapos tiningnan ko, it was
Oo.
saying 6%. And I
Oo.
was so I think something was wrong with my extension nga. Anyway, okay na ngayon. So,
Okay lang yan.
inuwi.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
Yeah.
Since we have our first, yung ating winner, na, di ba, yung parang, ano tawag dito, yung every program, meron tayong, katawan lang, small something lang naman, yung dalawang Doritos lang para sa kanila, doon sa mga nanonood sa atin. Ang winner natin for today, gusto mo malaman kung sino winner natin? Ang winner natin for
Yeah.
today, ang unang-unang bumati sa atin, ito unang bumati sa atin, si Inday Analu. Ayan, hindi ko alam, teka na, checking ko rito, baka may nauna pa sa kanya. Okay, siya na talaga. Siya na talaga nauna. Sabi niya, good evening po, Kuya Sunny. Ayan. Uh, Attorney Lira, good evening po. So, ang ating winner for yung sa ating very cute na pamagat ng ating contest is yung unang bumati winner. Ayan. Ang unang bumati winner natin si Inday Analu. Inday, taga
Oh,
saan ka ba? No?
yun nga.
Ano lang, sabi lang kunyari kung ikaw ay taga Plasto, taga Essex, taga ano, pakisabi lang, no, para nang sa ganun ay malaman lang natin. So congratulations. Ato, basahin ko yung mga unang mga greetings natin, attorney, para matuwa ka naman, no? Matuwa naman yung ating mga
Mm.
listeners at ina-acknowledge natin. Okay, good evening, Sir Sunny and Ma'am Lira. Teka muna. Okay, sandali. Uh, Oy, eto, teka muna. Yan. Mabati sa atin si, ayon. Uy, sandali lang. Saan ba yan? Alright, ito ang mga pagbati. Ayan, good evening, Sir Sunny and Ma'am Lira, watching from Battersea. Ingat and God bless
Yo.
po. Ayan, si Glory Marie Rose Channel. Nakita mo ba yung
Yeah.
pagbati ni, attorney, ni Inday Lu? Hindi yata, no? Ayan, yeah, sabi niya, good evening, Kuya Sunny. Ayan, tapos, and then, Attorney Lira, good evening po. Ayan. Ito yung mga regulars natin. May Tigbao Vargas, good evening po, Sir Sunny, Attorney Lira, and everyone watching this program. Happy Thursday. It's now become a parang, ano ba yan? A slogan, motto natin, no? O yung Happy Thursday. No? On a Thursday, we have to be happy. Ayan. Ito naman, si Emmeline Rafael. Good evening, Attorney Sunny and Attorney Lira. Nice to see you again in the show tonight. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy talaga, no? And,
Mm.
nako, binati niya ako kasi lagi ko binabati yung kanyang buhok pag gaganda-ganda. Sabi niya, nice shirt, Sunny. Oy. Salamat, Evelyn, ha? Pati shirt ko, napansin mo. O nga, no? Ano to eh? Ino-order ko na lang online dahil din ako makapag-shopping, makapag-shopping ba tawag doon? Shopping nga ba? Tama, shopping, no? Oo.
Online.
Online shopping na lang, yes. Oo. Hindi na tayo makapunta sa mga shops, no? So, online na lang. Ang kagandahan
Yeah.
din sa bansa na to, you can just return it, no? Pag hindi kasya sa'yo, hindi mo gusto, soli mo lang, no? And in fact, when I first arrived here in this country, attorney, napansin ko, maraming kasi I first lived in Surrey, yung
Mm.
mga kabataan doon, ang gagawin nila, atin silang party, kumuha sila ng damit earlier sa shop, tapos hindi nila tatanggalin yung tag, pa-party sila, tapos susoli nila. No? Dito
Wow.
po pwede, di ba? Hindi, di ba? Dito po pwede. Yung kagandahan din sa bansa na to eh. Hindi mo pa ginawa yun? Hindi mo pa ginagawa yun, no?
Hindi pa, hindi pa. Um, ah, ako I'm old-fashioned. Gusto ko pa rin pumunta. I love shops, no? Online shopping.
Right.
Hindi naman kailangan makita mo ano and depressing na you can't try it on. Pero I still go to shops na gusto ko makita nga anong talagang kulay. Because
Mm,
sometimes you buy it and then sa online makikita mo it's blue. It comes to you and
mm.
it's actually orange, di ba?
Tama. Oo, tama ka rin. Oh, tayo yeah. A lot of things that we'd like to see it really and feel yung talagang actual na material, 'di ba? Rather than seeing it on screen, 'di ba? Hindi pa natin talaga actual alam yung ano. Pero yun nga lang, ang advantage lang dito, you can return it, no? As long I don't know kung ilang days yun, allowed kang i-return. Pag return mo, okay na. Ayun.
Yeah.
So, dali up. Oh, teka na. Send, okay, send. All right. Sabi ni Rose May Reconsinio, good evening, sir. And mom, nice to see you again. Happy Thursday night, everyone. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, pag may mga questions kayo, Immigration Corner, may di-discuss si attorney, pero after the discussion, ano ba tayo? Open house, open to
Yeah.
questions, open house tayo ngayon, no? So,
Oh,
anything about immigration, minsan
ano
kasi,
man.
may pagka sa Tuesday, may show nga kay uh, kay Dana, minsan may mga gusto magtanong na immigration, tinuturo na natin sa Thursday. Hindi sa Thursday ho tayo. Ayan. Okay. Tapos baliktad naman, baka may question para kay Dana na itatanong dito, di ba? Dapat medyo malaman na ho ninyo yung demarcation line, yung distinction between legal advice corner at immigration. Ayan ho. Okay. Si Alvin, hindi ko alam ibig sabihin to. Is it MI? ML yan, attorney? Alvin MI.
MI ata eh.
MI, no? Oo, sabi niya, Alvin, mabuhay ka, ha? Thank you, ha? Pag may mga questions kayo, guys, we really appreciate mabuhay kayo. Sabi ni Alvin, good evening, Sir Sunny and Attorney Lira. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow sa
Yeah,
Richmond po. No?
makik
Watching
yeah,
from
makik
Thornton Heat. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Naks.
Yeah, yeah, see you tomorrow.
Mabuhay. Siyempre, nakikita ka sa TV, sabi na, mapagkakatiwalaan ko ito dahil kaibigan ni Sir Sonny Laragan to. Mabuhay. O, hindi, okay ho yan,
Yeah.
si Attorney Lira. So, Alvin, sana masolve na kagad yung problema mo, no? Okay, Inday, oh, ito, naka-picture siya. Inday
Oh.
Analu. Ay, nakatakam sa mukha ako, Inday Analu. Ayan. Ayun, no? Ano yan? Ganyan, no? Ganyan ba yan? Ganyan, ganyan. Ganyan, no? Nako, thank you. Oh, nakakatuwa naman. Inday Analu. Ganda naman ang pangalan niya, Inday Analu. Si Inday ang
Yeah.
winner natin tonight, ha? Taga ano
I,
na siya? Ayan, mamaya ko babasahin yung kanyang ano. Uy, Sharon, thank you very much. I love you. Si Sharon, no? Birthday din ng mami niya, no? Was it yesterday, Sharon, no? Si mami. So, si Sharon de Guzman Ferrer, good evening and happy birthday, pretty guy. Oh, yung aking apo. Yes, oh, yung aking apo. Teka muna. Pakita ko. Alam mo, I'm very proud of this kid, no? Ang bait-bait, bihira yung ganyan, no? Yung hindi makulit,
mm,
hindi naglumalabas, hindi gusto lang niya nasa bahay, hindi lakwat siya,
mm.
hindi ano, walang. So, ito lang aking apo lang. Ayan, si
Oh,
Kyle. Oo, sabi niya, kaya sabi ni, ano, ayan, Sharon, good evening everyone and happy birthday, pretty Kyle. Oo. Love you,
ah,
Kyle. Ayan, and love you din, ano, um, si Sharon. Sharon, ako, thank you. Uh, highlights, no? Yan, International Highlights Express International. Yan ho, kung gusto niyo ho magpadala, humabol na ho kayo. Meron silang mga special discounts sa mga frontliners. And malapit na ho Pasko, magpadala na ho kayo, no? Ayan ho.
mhm.
Sino pa ba?
Yeah.
Let's say, mga
Umpisa yun,
pagbati
kasi
rito.
October.
Oo. Ito si Pat Sinilla, baka ano to, attorney for custodial sentence up to 1 year. Ano na po ang rehab period? Ano na kung pwede mong anihin yan, no? Uh, uh, oo. Rehab period. Ano ba? Criminal ba yan? Pag ganyan, rehab period. Custodial. Hindi, custodial sentence up to. Meron ba custodial sentence na 1 year, attorney?
Yeah,
Di ba ang
so
custodial sentence, pagka na inaresto ka, you're in custodial na nandiyan ka sa nandiyan ka
then
sa kulungan, di ba? Tapos habang tinitingnan kung may probable cause, pag wala, di medyo paalisin ka. O kung meron din, pauwiin ka, tapos ah, parang gano'n, parang saka ka na magdi-defense sa sarili mo. Or, ano ba, yung pagka tipong ano, nandun ka lang sa kulungan, di ba? Ang
yeah,
custodial, di ba, temporary place lang yan?
so attorney for custodial sentence of up to 1 year, ano na po ang rehab period? I think itong question niya, it's to do with the yung pinag-usapan natin 2 broadcasts ago, yung naturalization ata, no? Dahil sabi ko nga doon, if you
Okay, 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 okay. O, hindi kasi custodial, kasi niisip ko custodial, hindi ka dapat makulong na matagal doon sa kulungan. Unless, for example, yung hindi available yung ano mo, yung ano mo, 'di ba? Andun ka ngayon, 'di ba? Sa nakakulong ka. Parang ganon. So
yeah,
ito,
so
this has something to do about immigration. Yung ba ibig mo sabihin, attorney? Parang ganon, ano?
yeah, so I think ang question nga niya, kung nakulong yung tao for 1 year, for up to 1 year, what's the effect on the naturalization? I think, no?
Ito,
Na
ano ko to, i-click ko to. Meron pa siyang ano, Kuya, urgent query po, attorney for custodial sentence up to 1 year. Ano na po ang rehab period? Ano ba rehab period? May rehab period ba?
I think yung nga, I think it's to do uh,
Ah,
with this naturalization, I think, no?
ito,
So
dagdag ko pa, attorney,
that's
baka this might help, ha? Sandali lang, baka this might help. Uh, okay, ito, ano. Kuya, urgent query ko po, attorney for custodial sentence up to 1 year. Ano na po ang rehab period? Ito, meron siyang, ano, ano ba to? Teka muna, ito. Attorney and Kuya, I'm in the process of naturalizing pero am worried getting denied 60-day custodial ho eh. Ang reason for custody, swearing online. Tama si attorney regarding naturalization. So yan, sige, okay. Ano din na. Although, sabi nga natin sa simula, this is a guidance lang, pero if you want to have, parang ano ba yung sabi natin sa simula, you have to really go, really seek legal advice talaga, no? Ayan, ito yung ano ho natin, nilalagay ho natin, this following program is a discussion regarding legal issues, no? Ayan, sa immigration. And it's for general information purposes only. Do seek legal advice on how the law applies to your particular case. Attorney, ano
uh,
ba? Generic? You're going to be answering that?
yeah, I just need to try and remember because I was ito nga lang, Pat, sabi mo 12 months custodial. Pero the second bit sabi mo 60 days. So
Oh,
which one is
ano yun, no? Which is one is
no?
which? Oo, tama. But
Yeah.
anyway, sige,
So
babalik siya sa atin pag kasi siyempre
balikan natin.
yung message marami yan. Immigration, naturalization, okay. All right, sige, babalikan natin siya. But in the meantime, attorney, sige, you can go discuss whatever yung topic natin tonight. Siguro mababasa natin sa. Teka na, batiin ko lang yung ibang to get out of the way, yung mga gustong bumati sa aking apo, no, si Kyle. Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Cora Carsola, teka muna, sandali batiin ko lang to para ano lang, bago tayo magtuloy-tuloy sa immigration. Sabi ni May Tigbang Vargas, happy birthday to your lovely granddaughter, Sir Sonny. Ayun, si ano, ayan, yung aking lovely granddaughter, si Kyle. Teka na, i-flash lang natin. Alam mo, syempre, very proud tayo, attorney dito sa ating apo, no?
So
Lagi
yeah.
siyang consistent na honor student, no? At nasa ano siya, nasa Science High School siya, no? So when you say Science High School in the Philippines, pagka ordinary high school, okay lang. But when you go to a city science high school, that means that medyo okay ka, di ba? If it's your science school, high school that you go to, I don't know kung aware ka sa ganito, attorney, pero pagka science high school ang pinasok mo, medyo mahusay yung estudyante, maganda ang grado, no? So ayan ho.
Mhm.
Thank you sa pagbati diyan, no? Sabi ni si Ma'am Carsola. Cora Carsola, sabi niya, happy birthday and best wishes, Kyle. Enjoy your special day. Ayun, thank you, Ma'am Cora, no? Itong winner natin, attorney, is yehey, thank you po. Sabi niya, yehey. Thank you po. Taga Wilson Green, London po. Kita mo naman. Tuwan-tuwa siya.
Okay.
Sabi nga, kita mo yan? Attorney, yehey, thank you po. At taga Wilson Green, London po ako.
Okay.
Oy, contact kami sa attorney. Ito yung number niya. Sabi niya, teka mo na. Sabi, yung ano ni attorney, ito yung kay attorney. If you want to contact, yan. Kabatbat at douglas-simon.com. Diyan ka mag-email. Anong flavor ang gusto mo? Yan. Para malaman. Bigay mo yung address mo, no? Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay. Ayan. Hindi naman ho to forever. Katuwan lang namin at this time, no? So, ayan lang. It's a little something of a way of appreciating you guys for being there and watching us. Okay.
Yeah.
And siyempre, I'm sure, habang nanonood sila, attorney, they pass the word around, no? Sabihin nila, uy, alam niyo ba, doon sa pagka Thursday night, may immigration program, corner, at least, maski paano, matututo kayo, and you will gain something. Maski wala kang problema, matututo ka, di ba? Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay. Uy, Emmeline Rafael, sabi niya, happy birthday, Kyle. Enjoy your day. Uy, thank you very much. Ayun. Si Kyle, naku, natutuwa naman ako. Kyle, I love you. Mahal na mahal ko yung apo ko na yan, attorney. Talagang Talagang, pag dumating dito yan, attorney ha, meet mo yan ha, si Kyle ha. Kailangan
Absolutely. Yeah,
magkita at
yeah.
magkapasyal tayo.
Yeah,
Asan
yeah.
ba yung aking little girl? Ayan, yan. Si Kyle. Naging special Kyle, ano rin tong ating program. Ayan, si Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle, si thank you. Ano, pangalan nun? Sino yun? Si Emmeline Rafael. Edgardo Cagahastian. Ayan, sabi niya, um, good evening, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira watching from Canada Water. Thank you very much. Okay, sige. Mamaya na natin tuloy ang ating mga greetings. Ito na yung ating topic ngayon at di-discuss na ho ni Attorney. Saan na ba yan? Itong sinatawag nating Article 3 Human Rights, removal of seriously ill. Ito ill ho yan, people to their country of origin. Sige, Attorney.
Mm-mm.
Sige po, take it away. Go, go, go.
Okay, so lagi natin pinag-uusapan, usually Article 8, that's to do with family nga, private life, ganon. So I thought an interesting change is to talk about yung Article 3, which is again human rights. So Article 3 is prohibition against inhumane and degrading treatment. And it's often nga makikita nyo yun as argued, say, in asylum cases. But also, it's very much argued in relation to when someone is quite ill, sabihin natin nandito sa UK, tapos they've had a failed application and whether or not they can be sent back given their illness. Now, until recently, by recently I mean April 2020, so yung very recent nga, the law was very, very strict, and a lot actually people, including lawyers nga like me, we've said truly the law at the time, the case law at the time, the leading case law was just so strict that it was really, a lot of people would say, cruel. No, so at that time, so the main case now that I want to talk about today is something called AM Zimbabwe. It's actually a Supreme Court case, so the highest appeal court in the land. So it is a big deal. No, they don't hear many cases, so this sets, of course, a precedent. Yeah. So new cases need to follow this because it sets, as I've said, a precedent. Before AM Zimbabwe, the main case on removing people who are practically on their deathbed, who are actually, some are on their deathbed, is a case called N against the Home Office, and that was back in 2005. No, now because of the, so I'll read to you just a brief section of the of that case. This and N against the Secretary of State. So there, sabi dito, where the applicant's illness has reached such a critical stage, i.e., he is dying, yeah, that it would be inhuman treatment or inhumane treatment to deprive him of the care which he is currently receiving and send him home to an early death, okay, unless there is care available there to enable him to meet that fate with dignity. So, when you look at that passage a little bit more, ibig sabihin, you actually, it's not just a question that you might die much earlier. It's that you're actually dying. You need to be able to show that you're actually dying, and then on top of that, even if you are dying, that going back, say sa Pinas nga, means that you will be treated essentially inhumanely, or that there's no one there to then care for you. So a lot of people have called it, deathbed removals, and I can see that. And actually, in that case of N, unfortunately, the claimant at the time, she was sent back to Uganda, and a few months later, after being removed there, she actually passed away. No, now after this case of N, there were a number of other cases, including something called GS India, that was back in 2015. So there, it dealt with 4 claimants. 3 of those claimants actually died in the United Kingdom. No, and then for the 4th claimant, I mean, it's quite sad. So because the sabi ng Home Office, okay, we're going to reconsider, but they just delayed and did not do it in the end. And because because of his immigration status, the transplant that he needed could not take place. And again, he died before the reconsideration could take place. So in these cases, it truly, when they say it's a life or death situation, they really mean it. No? So it's been desperately sad that people who are truly dying on their deathbed are then removed from the United Kingdom and then sent back, to their home country. In some cases, of course, nga the Philippines. It's because especially kung matagal na nga sila dito mga pamilya nila. It is, it's been described as inhumane, cruel, and I think it is all that actually. So I was very happy when I was reading about a case called AM Zimbabwe, and that was relatively recent in April this year, and it's Supreme Court. Now, itong nangyari. Let me just give you a background on that case. So, in AM Zimbabwe, the appellant in that case is originally from Zimbabwe, arrived in the United Kingdom when he was only 13 in 2000. He was granted indefinite leave to remain along with his mother. Now, later on, so indefinite nga siya, so he has residence nga in the UK. He later on committed a number of crimes, the most serious being possession of a firearm, for which he was sentenced to 7 years in prison. No, he then unfortunately contracted HIV, and he was receiving treatment here, but he had to have a special type of medication because of which was not available in Zimbabwe. No, now, so which meant that if he left the United Kingdom to be returned to Zimbabwe, it was very likely that he would die. He would suffer from an untimely death, because it may well be that his HIV becomes then full-blown AIDS. And that was this case nga of this case of AM Zimbabwe. Now, that went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and it's great that it did, because the Supreme Court now in April sabi nila, no, the case of N was actually not correct. It was too narrow. It was applied restrictively, and the test is wrong. No, so sabi nila, okay. So if you like, lumawag ng konti. Actually, lumawag, no? Ang batas, no? So what they've said is actually the test is, the first thing is the applicant must produce evidence capable of demonstrating that there are substantial grounds for believing that if removed, they would be exposed to real risk of inhumane treatment. So because either they would die faster, no, so their life would be curtailed, or because they would, because of their health already, that they would suffer inhumane treatment. If you can show that, no, what the court then said is it's then up to the UK, to the Home Office, to show that actually what you're saying is incorrect, that there will be people, that the medication will be there, that the process is there to look after you. So if you like, binaliktad na nila. So as long as you can show good evidence that actually, if you were to be removed from the UK, you would die much faster, that the medication is not there. It's then for the Home Office to say, actually, that's not true. No? And it's rare that if you like, those restrictions, if you like, those restrictions are then imposed also on the Home Office. So the Supreme Court rightly said, okay, this is how it should be. You should not, just as a matter of course, be able to remove people who are clearly dying, no? And remove them from say the United Kingdom, from a country where maybe matagal nga sila dito, maybe it could even be na mayroon nga silang pamilya dito, and that's not correct. So unfortunately, it's taken a number of years now for this to happen, but at least it has. So for those of you who are in an unfortunate position na talagang may sakit, talagang malala, no? So we're not just talking about some health concerns. We're looking at truly serious health concerns, no? This case, the Supreme Court case of AM Zimbabwe, will hopefully make the what's remaining time that you have hopefully a little bit better, because it should now be the case that the Home Office should not simply be able to remove you and be maybe away from your family. So it's actually a very sensible, it's a very just and much needed case ng AM Zimbabwe. So I'm pleased it's come to that. So hopefully this now filters through. I mean, it's fairly new. So hindi din natin alam how it's going to be interpreted then by the lower courts. It could also be that it can be helpful as regards people nga who have a family, children or partner nga na may sakit, malala nga, and they want to be able to care for them, a kind of Zambrano type case. So this may also be of assistance. But this case was desperately needed by desperate people. So it's great that it's been handed down and that there's clarity now, and hopefully it helps it helps at the time when truly it's much needed.
Ayan. Okay. All right. Okay, all right, sige. All right, ayun. Maganda, no? Itinalakay natin sa AM Zimbabwe, no? All of this sa Supreme Court, ayan, no? Yan naman lahat yan against versus Home Office. Like kanina, si N versus Home Office, parang ganun, no? Attorney, we'll just have a short break. Mag-break lang muna tayo. And when we come back, siyempre, yung mga pagtanong at yung siguro, kung meron kayong mga tanong dito sa tinalakay ni Attorney, no? Anything ho, wag ho kayong mahiya. Wag kayong sabihin nyo, ako, baka mukhang mali yung aking tanong o no, hindi ho. Lahat ho yan, basta may may agam-agam ho kayo, may problema ho kayo, or meron kayong duda sa ano ba dapat yung gawin with regards sa immigration, wag ho kayong mahiyang magtanong. Saglit po lamang, kami po yung magbabalik.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, Words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa ating program. Ako po si Sonny LARAGAN, kapiling natin si Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT dito po sa ating programang Immigration Corner on a Thursday night. Okay, Attorney, merong case dito, Pilipina to na nag-aayos-ayos ng mga buhok. Nagkaroon ng cancer, no? At napiliting, umuwi, siyempre, dahil mas mabuti nga naman kung mamamatay ka rin lang naman, sa piling ng mga mahal mo sa buhay. Pero yung ganun, attorney, kung gusto niyang, because definitely sa Pilipinas, although cancer is a terminal case, no, eventually mamatay, no, o baka. Pero mas malaki ang chancing mabuhay pa rito o ma-lengthen ang life mo. Yung ba pwedeng ilaban yun? We're talking of this human rights na, can you not say na, ano ba yung parang sinasabi nating mas may evidence ng parang inhumane treatment sa Pilipinas? Inhumane treatment can it also be classified as you might not get the best medical attention? Hindi pa rin.
No, tama ka. Actually, this AM Zimbabwe case has expanded it, no? Sabi nga doon, so where you have a case that maybe yung medication or the process nga is not quite as advanced, no, as the United Kingdom. This case effectively says it would be wrong to send someone back where you know that they will likely die more swiftly, no? Which is a far cry out from this case of N against the Home Office. So yeah, so yung situation na yon. So kung nandito pa siya dati, and the
TNT to,
cancer
attorney, overstaying to, TNT.
Yeah.
O pwede rin
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's
Walang pagbabago?
Yeah. So they don't in fact distinguish, no, between those na may visa o wala na. So in the case of AM Zimbabwe, because of its criminality, ginawa nila, they issued a deport order. So effectively sabi nila, well, babawiin namin yung indefinite mo, papabalik ka nga. So kung TNT ka man o may visa ka pero nawala na binawi nga nila because of criminality or other things, then you can make use of AM Zimbabwe. So itong yung Pinay nga na may cancer, kung nandito nga siya, TNT siya dito, nagpapagamot nga siya, kung papauwiin siya sa atin, it's more likely than not na she will not then receive the treatment that she needs in order that her life can be prolonged, no? Itong AM Zimbabwe, is very much arguable na that the Home Office should now look at her case and say, well, actually, no, we can't just simply send her back because for various reasons, it's likely that she will die so much more quickly. No?
Itong si AM Zimbabwe, he was here 13 years old. ILR lang. Reason being kaya is because marami siya mga criminal activities, kaya parang it was prevented him from eventually getting obtaining naturalization?
No, not necessarily. Marami akong
Not necessarily, okay.
No, because I have a number of clients, for example, tayo nga, no, di ba? Sometimes, it could be na you don't really want to become British dahil ang plano mo, you want to still go back to the Philippines, no? O kaya you feel on a matter of principle na you want to keep your Filipino passport dahil resident ka naman nga dito. It could also be a question nga of, well, you don't want to potentially prejudice any claim you have nga sa Pinas dahil sa atin hindi nga basta-basta makabil ka ng lupa kung if you're a foreigner, for example. Although of course now you can be dual, no? So it varies reasons. So I think sa kanyang nangyari, I mean, I'm guessing nga na he was here when he was 13. So he probably just didn't get around to making his application, no? Tapos and then what happened was he then committed various criminal offenses nga, which then prejudiced anyway his any naturalization application until the most serious thing came about, which is that he was done for possession of deadly weapon, and so for that, for a firearm rather, and for that he was sentenced now to 7 years in prison. So it's not necessarily because of that, but it could be because I mean nandito siya from 13. Actually, just on that, Sonny, Pat asked a question for naturalization nga. So I'll just run
May,
through the
may
time
dugtong siya.
scales.
Sandali,
Ang
dudugtong ako lang yung mga pasok. Dudugtong ako lang, baka makita mo lang. Para ito lang, no? Sabi nga, to recap, 60 days po, pero ang home office rules po, ipasok ko muna para makita mo yung kanyang, sandali, ha? Ayan, to
Okay,
recap
so
po, 60 days po, pero ang home office rules po, malabon 10 years. Hubato to wait, mabuhay po kayo both, no? Lahat ng kay Pat ipapasok ko na. Tapos siyang a potential client, ate po, sabi niya.
okay,
Malabo home office rehab period, no? Tapos ito I was assaulted pa ho dito. Is depende SA, hindi ko maintindihan. Magistrates, pati mura lang, online can land people in custody. My Filipino lawyers are mortified. Reason of custody, swearing online. Online ba? Online. I don't know kung ano yun. Online. Magulo, no? Swearing. Mura lang, online can land people in custody. Okay. Ayan, yun ang
okay.
sinasabi niya, no? Oo.
Okay, so these are the time limits, no? So above 4 years, custodial, so in prison sentence, is an indefinite bar to naturalization. So if you've been sentenced nga to 4 years above plus, then there's indefinite bar. So 12 to 4 years, okay?
Indefinite what? Bag o ban?
So you would
Indefinite?
never. Opo, yeah. Indefinite bar to naturalization. So,
Bar,
so
Akala ko ban. I was thinking between ban and, okay, bar,
yeah.
okay.
So
Oh,
in the
indefinite
case of
bar. Ibig sabihin talagang wala ka na chance na magkaroon ng naturalization?
no,
All
you can
right.
always you can probably you can apply for what's called judicial review. No, I mean you can when you make the application if you've been sentenced nga to 4 years plus, then it's certainly an idea to make representations nga to the Home Office. If they still say, well, actually, in fact, we're going to carry on with the general rule, which is 4 years plus means indefinite, but you can challenge that by way of judicial review. So, Pat, 4 years, it's not actually something you need to worry about because you say to me 12 months nga. So 4 years above indefinite bar. Okay? So okay, at least hindi nga yung problema. 12 months to 4 years, 15 years ang deadline. So you have to wait 15 years. Yeah? Now, less than 12 months, custodial, okay? 3 years. So again, imprisonment. Now, ang kaso mo ata, Pat, non-custodial sentence, okay? It's 3 years. So, in your case, I think sabi mo doon, it's not, so you were not put in prison, it seems. So, it's non-custodial sentence, probably, sabi mo 60 days, then that's 3 years. So, kailangan mo mag-intay ng 3 years.
3 years bago mag-apply ng naturalization. Yun ba?
Yun na nga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 3
Pagka
years from the...
lagpas pagkalagpas naman ng 1 year ba? 1 year ba sinabi mo? 15 years ang hihintayin? After 3 years, anong next level? 15?
So it's 15. So 4 years up, indefinite bar. Well, let's do it the other way around. Non-custodial sentence. So no
non-custodial
imprisonment.
sentence.
Yeah, 3 years. No. Sorry, sorry, sandali. Let me just have a look. Yeah.
Anything criminal, attorney, ano yan, no? Anything criminal, basta Mild lang, parang non-custodial. Ano ba mga non-custodial most likely?
Well,
Sa bagay, ito parang ano rin, no, nag-entwine din ng criminal sa immigration sa'yo, di ba? In a way, itong mga ganito
yeah,
mga sistema, no? Oo.
yeah. So,
Yung
I
bang
mean, that's a
yung
good,
being barred or not, no? Okay,
yeah.
so paano
That's
ulit? Sige, pababa tayo. Sabi mo, pababa tayo, imbes pabaliktad tayo. Paano yun? From,
so,
paano ulit yun?
yeah. So non-custodial sentence. So
Okay,
you're not in prison, but if you've been sentenced. So it would be things like sabihin
sentence.
natin,
Ano ba mga
uh,
non-custodial na? Ano ba yung mga ano?
would so you exclude traffic offenses, no? So it could be something
Okay.
like, I suppose you would probably be things like, non-payment of fare. It could be,
Ah, really? Okay, mga ganyan.
so,
Non-payment of fare. Okay.
criminal
You
matters
were
that are
sentenced.
not
Mm.
used. Oh,
And
so
sorry, si
non
criminal matters are not, hindi lumabas yung last word mo na yun. Criminal matters are
yeah,
not,
that are serious. No,
not serious. Okay. Criminal matters
yeah,
are not serious. Okay.
yeah. So that would then be non-custodial sentence is 3 years. Actually, look, just bear with me one moment. That I'm just looking at my
Uh,
notes from three broadcasts
sige.
ago.
Okay lang.
So let's have a look
Mm.
nga dito. So um, so guide. So let me just baliktad natin. So
Mm.
other types of non-custodial sentence, what my notes said
Okay.
before, can lead to a 3-year bar, no? Tapos, custodial sentences of less than 12 months, yeah? I mean, a bar period of 10 years. Now,
Sorry,
sentences
attorney.
between,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
so
Pakiulit lang
that
yung
would
last
be,
line mo. Kasi I was reading on something nalilito ako
oh,
lang. Hindi ko ano. Go ahead, please.
oh, so
Yung last line mo.
custodial sentences of less than 12 months, yeah,
Mhm.
mean a bar for a period of 10 years, no?
Huh? 10
Sentences
years?
between 10
Less
years,
than
no?
12. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're serious, no?
Oh,
Sentences,
ingat ho kayo.
well,
Mag-iingat kayo. Okay, so less than 12 months ang custodial
yeah.
sentence
So,
to 10 years
so
ang bar. Okay?
yeah, sentences between 12 months and 4
Mhm.
years can
Over
lead to
12 months
15,
and 4
yeah,
years,
15
15
years.
years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
anything above 4 years is
Mhm.
indefinite bar. So no, they're very
Oh.
serious. Uh, a lot of people can definitely fall out of it and be subject to the bar, because I mean it's 12 months. 12 months is, of course,
Pero
to be sent. Yeah, it's 12 months is,
pero
it's a
teka
long
muna.
time.
Attorney. Is this like they are barred from being naturalized, so they still enjoy being ILRs? So
Yeah.
indefinite
So
leave to remain, so they can be here for forever? Walang problema?
yeah. So put it this way. Kung indefinite ka na, residente ka na nga dito,
Mm.
if your offense is not one that could lead to resist, to your leave to remain, to indefinite leave to remain being rescinded, pwede nang bawiin eh, no? So
Pwede
in the
bawiin.
case of,
Okay. Ano mga
yeah,
grounds? Oo, pwede
well,
bawiin pala. So okay.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you
So
you
criminal,
shouldn't be parang sort of kampante. Hindi ka pa pala kampante. Relax, no? Uh, no? Oo.
yeah,
So kailangan
tama
pala.
ka.
O sige, okay. Ano 'yan? Anong mga pwede pang ma-rescind? You said rescind. Paano mababawi ng gobyerno 'yan o matatanggal sa iyo?
So
Ma,
in
you'll be
of
taken.
Yeah. So in the case of AM Zimbabwe, no, this chap was here when he was 13 nga lang, no? So he's grown up in the United Kingdom, and he was here now with his mother. So I suspect his mother was still around when when his indefinite leave to remain was rescinded nung binawi nga nila, no? So
Mm.
there you have someone who's grown up in the UK, na may pamilya siya dito, probably mom at least nga. He was also unwell, no? He probably has not been in Zimbabwe for, well, near enough, well, for all his adult life, okay, and for most of his teenage life, yeah. or actually all his teenage life because he was here at 13, no? But even though with that background, ang nangyari doon, so going back a little bit, the reason why the Supreme Court had to rule on his case is they were going to send him back, no? Despite the fact that so the Home Office said, okay, ginawa mo itong lahat, so we're going to actually remove you, deport you from the United Kingdom because of criminality. So absolutely they can do that. And I've certainly seen it and dealt with matters nga where it's less serious than that. Pero ang ginawa nila, binawi nila yung indefinite. So just because may indefinite ka na dito, hindi ibig sabihin na that is they can't take it back, no? So it is, if you are thinking of settling in the UK, pagka pwede na kayo mag-apply ng naturalization, therefore British passport, you should really seriously think about doing it. No, don't delay.
Ayun. Oh, pagkatapos mo makuha yung ILR mo right away, no? Instantly. Well, a year after that. I mean, huwag mo nang patagal-patagalin pa, no? Ayan. Pero
Yeah.
just the same, maski paano, okay pa rin, do, na there's no difference between a citizen and an ILR except voting and yung facility of traveling ng easily, no? Without the need for applying for a visa, no? Doon sa pupuntahan mo country, no?
Also,
Tama ba yan, attorney?
yeah, one big
Go ahead.
difference actually too is kung indefinite ka, no? Sabihin natin tagalan ka sa atin, no? So you're there for 2 years plus. When you will find you can't just immediately come back. You need to apply for returning resident visa. So mawawala yung indefinite mo kung matagal ka sa atin. So those of you nga nang balak nyo maybe to retire sa atin and then come back here every so often, kung matatagal lang, kung plano matatagal lang kayo sa atin, truly seriously consider making an application for naturalization. So hindi mawala yung residente nyo.
Yun ang magandang benefit, no? So parang ibig sabihin maski magtagal ka ng more than 2 years, so 5 years, 10 years doon, British ka pa rin. So you can come back anytime. Say for example, nagbago ang mga circumstances mo, nung panahon na yan, umuwi ka mucho dinero ka, lalaki, let's say lalaki, puro babae, puro ganyan. Good time, naubos ang pera ngayon, di ba? Ngayon, kung permanent resident ka lang, ILR ka lang, tapos pumaso na, lalo ka na 2 years. Kaya nga iba, di ba, pabalik-balik. They have to not make yung longer than 2 years of staying in the Philippines. They come back tapos yun lang parang no, parang ma-reset to reset the time ika nga, no. So yun pala, magandang advantage yun. Okay. So hindi lang yung pagboto, yung hindi mo lang nagagawa at kumihingi ka ng visa, pero the advantage of naturalization, ayun, you can stay for a longer time. Wala kang time limit sa Pilipinas or anywhere that you decide to stay. Okay.
And also,
may mga attorney.
Pwede ka magdual.
Ano yan?
No? Pwede ka magdual.
Pwede ka magdual. Oh, yes, walang problema. So pwede mong gawin 'yon. Ayan. Bigyan ko daan lang yung mga pagbati mo na rito si MM Giling. Ayan, ito naku, kaibigan natin to, attorney at one of our very good friends to, no? Ayan. Hindi ko pa nakita yan si MM Giling. Ayun, kita mo, wala siyang picture. Kaya ayaw napakita siguro, baka nahihiya na. Sabi niya, babati ako sa kanila, pero tatanggalin ko muna yung profile pics ko. Ayun. Hi, good evening. Happy
Maganda
Thursday
siya.
po, Sir Sonny. Ayan, wow. Attorney, ikaw, MM, you should be proud, no? Happy Thursday po, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira. Happy birthday po to your grandchild. Ayan, matutuwa yan, si Kyle. Ayan, si Kyle. Hello, Kyle. Love you, Kyle. Ayan, yung aking apo, no? Parang plugging ko yan. Love ko yan, Okay, sabi pa ni sino pa ito? Sabi ni Marideth Carreloria Kulba. God bless you both. Oy, si Rudy Librojo na bumati kanina parang hindi lumalabas minsan hindi na pick up no ng ating system, no. Okay, so mabuhay. Ito si hello sir, siguro Sir Sunny naputol. Oja yam here. Marinel, hi, good evening. Sabi ni Franz Pinedo, good evening po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sunny. To everyone, stay safe po, mabuhay, and God bless. Ano to?
Franz, anong
Oy, Franz, ikaw, winner kasi, Franz. Ayan, nakikinig siya. Franz, yung address mo, email mo na kay attorney ha. Ikaw ang first winner natin. Oo. Ito, i-ano mo na kay attorney. Ayan. Kabatbat at douglas-simon.com. Ayan ha. Kabatbat at Douglas, double S yun ha. Dash simon.com ha. Hindi yung Douglas lang na isa na parang si Douglas MacArthur. Hindi ho. Double S o yan. Ayan. Okidoki. So, ayan, no? So, Franz, congratulations and yan. Email mo si attorney kung address mo and kung ano yung preferred na taste mo, no? Ano? Sabi niya, Kuya, attorney, if my wife becomes British, will same bar on naturalization po apply? If my wife will same bar on natural, hindi ko maintindihan yung tanong na yan, no?
Ang sabi ulit?
Hindi ba naka-flash sa'yo? Sandali. Ilabas lang natin. Ayan. Ang sabi niya, Kuya, attorney, if my wife becomes British, will same bar on naturalization po apply? Hindi, no? So, would it follow?
Yeah, no, it would still be the same. Then you see, people are treated, per application, no? The only thing is, of course,
well, she is asking kung will the same bar to him, ganon, apply.
Oh,
Pero hindi naman maapektuhan ng wife pag British na, di ba?
yeah. So
Wala na, ano yan, personal yan eh.
Yeah, exacto. So it's your special circumstances. So the bar only applies nga to you. At the same time, kung if you are if you apply tapos alam mo naman you have a bar, then you can make submissions. So if your wife is already British, pwede mo sabihin, well, look, it's these are the circumstances. This is what happened nga, hindi ko naman maybe it was an offense that you carried out when you were still not quite young. There are extenuating circumstances. Tapos on top of that, your wife is now British nga. Those are circumstances that they can look at. Guideline naman to no? So they can depart from it, but they rarely do.
Okay. Pero sabi niya in an earlier message, pero hindi lang lumabas sa ating system. Sabi niya, salamat po, attorney. Parang gano'n na parang naiiyak daw siya. Ayun, sabi niya, naiiyak daw siya. Naiiyak ako, mabuhay po kayo, both. Okay? Alright. Okay. Si Ohamilye, attorney, si Ohamilye, pero hindi lumabas eh. Babasahin ko lang nandito sa ating broadcast live na Facebook na page natin. Sabi niya, hello Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Pwedeng ulitin ko ang tanong ko last week. Di nyo nabasa at na-answeran. Maraming nagtanong sa inyo. Ito ang tanong ko. Pwede ba ang friend na maging sponsor tungkol sa application? Is that the correct question ba? Pwede. Ang tanong ba, tama ba? Pakisabi lang, Oya Gilme Marianel, no? Pwede ba, sabi niya, pwede po ba ang your friend na maging sponsor tungkol sa application? Ano ibig sabihin nun?
Okay. Yeah, actually, I've had those questions. I've had that question before. So, best friend mo, sabihin natin, ano? So, best friend, matagal na kayong magkilala. They're closer to you than, say, your family even, no? Pwede ka ba nilang sponsoran to remain in the UK for any length of time? So kind of indefinite or indeed maybe regularization of stay.
Ano yan? Nakapasok na, attorney? Nakapasok na o hindi pa?
I assume hindi pa. So I'm guessing.
So nasa labas pa, nasa Pilipinas pa, parang papasok, gustong i-sponsor, parang ganun, parang thinking na pag in-sponsor, they can come over. Oo.
Yeah. So
sige, sorry, attorney, you were nililinaw ko lang.
Yeah. So yun nga. So there's one option, one scenario nga is nasa Pinas siya. Gusto nga lang siyang and she wants to be sponsored by yung kaibigan nga niya dito. So to visit. So that's one scenario. Second scenario is nandito na siya, meron siyang visa, gusto niyang palitan for something that would have more permanency on the basis of yung relationship nga niya dun sa kaibigan niya, yung best friend niya. Or third possibility or third scenario would be wala nga siyang status dito, no? Meron siyang best friend, can that person sponsor her? So unang-una, kung nandun ka sa Pinas, no? Tapos gusto mong bumisita nga dito, ang sponsor mo nga yung kaibigan mo, and meron siyang bahay, meron siyang sapat ang pera nga niya during the time na nandito ka, siyang sasalo lahat, then yes, of course, you can put that forward. Hindi mo kailangan na, you don't need to have a family member sponsor you to come into the UK. Actually, I mean, you can, without a sponsor necessarily come into the UK, apply yourself. But of course, kailangan pakita na sapat nga ang pera mo. But if you have a friend who wants to just to invite you in the UK to the UK, absolutely you can do that. Now, pero kung the second scenario nga, nandito na siya, sabihin natin student visa siya, gusto niyang palitan because she wants to stay here with some kind of permanency. Her closest, if you like, relationship in the UK is yung kaibigan nga niya. Can that friend, so hindi nga boyfriend, hindi girlfriend, not fiance or anything nga like that, can that friend sponsor? The answer is you'll find it will be refused. No? So
Hindi
it
pwede,
has to
mahirap,
be
no?
it has to be something more. So it could also be if you're making an argument on Article 8, human rights nga, kung magkaibigan nga kayo, you've been together, you best friends nga, may sakit siya, for example, kailangan mo siyang alagaan, potentially. But if you, in the normal circumstances, kaibigan mo nga lang, and you want to change from student to stay here on the basis of your relationship, but that friendship nga, you will have difficulties. Now, the third possibility is, nandito ka, wala kang status, nandito yung kaibigan mo, sabi niya, well, kung ano magagawa ko, tutulong ako, I can guarantee na you're not going to get money from the government, meron kang titirahan dito, ganoon. You'll find also you will have a problem. No? Dan gusto na makita nga, relationship that is family-based. No? So a friend, even though a good friend, you will probably find a refusal.
Okay, ayan. Okay. Ayan. So hindi ganun kalakas, no? Kasi hindi naman boyfriend, hindi naman fiancé. Oh, yun, medyo malakas-lakas yun, di ba? No? Fiancé, boyfriend, girlfriend, no? Merong romantic, ano. Pero yan ba, teka muna, mag-break muna tayo. Mag-break lang tayo, tapos pagbalik natin, yung mga tanong pa, no, ninyo. Pagbabalik ko kami, wag ko kayong alis. Saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Okay, ayan, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating program at ako may mga pagbati at may mga questions, no. Yung mga pagbati lang, batiin ko lang tong si Yan Galicia Paner, sabi niya, hello po, good evening po, and Kuya Sunny and Attorney Lira. Ito, yan lang natin yung kanyang pagbati, no. Saan na ba yan? Ba, nawala yung kanyang pagbati, no. Ito, ayan. Ayan, no, good evening po, Attorney and Kuya Sunny and Lira. Ayan. Maganda photo niya, no? Magaganda yung ating mga viewers, Attorney, ha? They're making our Tuesday happy, no? Ayan. Yung mga medyo hindi ko nababasa, pasensya na ho, kamukha ni Rudy Libroho, hindi lumabas to sa ating, hindi na-pick up ng ating system, no? Pasensya na, mga nag-i-skip din, mga 1 or 2 or 3, ganyan, no? Okay. Attorney, may tumawag sa akin dahil nahihiya siya magtanong. Taga Malta, no? Pa sa akin, nag-message sa atin sa Pinoy Radio UK. Ang kwento yata, ito ay taga Cagayan Valley. Tapos yung nauna daw yung kanyang asawa na nagpunta sa Malta. Kasi sa Pilipinas, may mga parang mga agencies, no, na nakakapag-recruit sila. So magbabayad ka ng medyo malalaking halaga, and then may trabaho ka daw sa Malta, no? Pero darating doon, parang hindi masyadong maganda ang conditions mo, working conditions mo. Anyway, itong asawa na tawag sa atin at message sa atin, sabing ganun, well, sumama siya, sumunod siya bali sa kanyang husband. Pero mga farmers sila sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, ang tanong niya kasi, doon sa yung MAC, no? Yung Migration Advisory Committee yata, report ba yan? No,
Yeah.
kasama ang farmer. Kasama ang farmer sa nasa shortlist list. I don't know kung double check natin. Hindi ko sinasabi lang niya. Kapag farmer, yung mga magsasaka sa Pilipinas, kamukha niya, magsasaka siya, nasa Malta, hindi na maganda raw. Dahil syempre, bagsak ang hospitality, di ba? Industry, di ba? So, wala yung hotel nila, wala yung restaurant. So, yung naipon nila o sineldo nila ng nakaraan, parang nagiging pambayad nila, lumalabas, pambayad ng kanilang upa sa bahay, pagkain nila, sa palabas, in short, no? At parang they're trying to find hope. May pagkakataon ba, may chance ba rito sa farmer? Pakikita ko yung message, no? Farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, farmer. What do you think? Pwede ba yan? Applyan? Mga farmer ba sa Pilipinas, qualify?
Yeah, no, it's not as straightforward as that. Hindi ko nga lang I can't really remember fully now the full list, but there's something about agriculture, no?
Kaya agriculture, meron, no? May agriculture, oo nga, oo.
Yeah, may agriculture.
Yes.
But yung the farmer in the kind of basic sense of the word, I think I don't think that actually is part of the shortage occupation list. Pero yung kaibigan natin galing sa Malta, gawin niyo ito, because to be frank, I can't now remember fully the list that the shortage occupation list that hopefully will be implementing nga in January. Pero kung mag-email siya sa akin, ang gagawin ko, now I know it's to do nga with agriculture yung question niya, I will actually email her the link, the description nga mismo, the code, no? Tapos makitingnan niya doon if she or indeed her husband satisfy. If they do, then absolutely they should look at the possibility of making an application nga to come into the UK on tier 2, that because if they're on the shortage occupation list. So email me but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be the farmer in the basic sense of the word, sa bukid nga and that you're planting, unless you can unless it's one of the more the temporary roots, that kind of fruit pickers, but that's not tier 2. It would then be tier 5, I suppose. But
pickers,
yeah, that they're not fruit pickers.
Hindi ito okay, farmer, ito nasa aking kasi teka muna, nandito ba, hindi lumalabas dito okay, sandali lang. Anyway, so ayan, hindi yan farmer na magbubukid in the real sense, hindi ganoon sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
So hindi pwedeng yung mga Pilipino sa atin andito ba't ayaw lumabas dito? Sandali ilalagay natin dito sa simula, baka sakaling magawa ng paraan natin, sandali lang
Whilst you doing that, Sonny, ang gagawin ko, let me just see if I can find my notes from last.
Sige. Sige, mag-break mo rin na din tayo. Mag-break tayo saglit yan, no? Para lang sa ganun natin, para makita lang natin. Mabuti na yung mas malinaw na nakikita natin. Sige, saglit ho lamang, no? Mag-break lang ho kami ni attorney at para tuloy lang ho ninyo yung mga tanong ninyo, no? Dito sa ating Immigration Corner. Huwag ho kayo alis, saglit po lamang, no? Tayo po yung magbabalik. Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo no dito sa ating program, kami ho ni attorney. Ito attorney ano no, ito yung mga parang pinadala niya sa akin na, kasi parang nakuha niya. Ito yung sinasabi niya, ayan, nagkamukha niyan yung mga uh, uh, agricultural occupation, farmers, gardeners and landscape gardeners, groundsmen and greenkeepers, agriculture and fishing trades, ano ba yan, NEC. So ayan, mga ganyan. Ano ba talaga? Talagang covered ba o parang ano yan? Parang nasa shortest list ba yan o di natin
Yeah,
sure,
you
no?
you just have, yeah, you have to be careful nga dahil yung tinitingnan niyo yun, unfortunately it can be a bit confusing yung tier 2 list, no? Because the tier 2 list can includes a lot of lists, no? Under level 6, which at the moment is what they would recruit for, and also lower level like level 3. Now, unless yung level 3 becomes part of the shortage occupation list, then you will find you will not be able to come in under the points-based system, no? But in within the description of farmer agriculture nga, you also find that there are more details. So ang gawin mo ito, because I want to be absolutely clear nga, so email me yung email nyo, padala mo sa akin yan, hindi ko mabasa ang liit eh. So padala mo sa akin, bigyan mo din sa akin yung circumstances nyo, and I will email you. I'll look specifically at the code, and ang gagawin ko, I'll email it to you. And then you can see kung if you think that you satisfy nga. So ang unang titingnan ko, is it part or not of the shortage occupation list? I suspect that it's not, no?
Sa Malta to,
But
attorney ha? Sa Malta nakatira to ha? Sa Malta naka-base to ha?
yeah, so siguro
Oo.
ang gusto nilang
Oo.
gawin, nasa Malta sila ngayon, so they may be thinking of going back, tapos gusto na magsapalaran nga dito, is it worth making nga the application, which is a very fair question. So kung email nyo sa akin yon, and then I'm going to, as I say, check nga if that particular occupation is part of the shortage may form part of the shortage occupation list on the 1st of January. And if that's the case, then in any event, papadala ko sa iyo yung full description, which you need to see that also, because there often are many occupations lumped together, no?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ayan. So, yan no? Okay. Right. Okay, may tanong dito attorney no. Sandali. Basahin ko lang dito nasa kabila dito sa kabila natin. Okay, ang tanong sabi ni Yan Galicia, ito si Edgar Duway no. Hindi kasi lumabas diyan sa ano no. O sabi ni Ola Yahimle Marinel kasi hindi lumabas dito eh. Sabi niya thank you daw sa sagot niyo. Sabi niya doon sa sagot mo doon sa friend yata kung pwedeng gawing ano ano ba tawag dito sponsor no yung sponsor. Okay, so yan sinagot mo na yan, medyo malabo. Okay, sabi naman ni Edgar Duay, ang tanong, pwede ko bang kunin ang dating yaya ng mga anak ko sa Pinas? Do I have to justify why I need to get their former nanny sa Pinas? And can I hire my auntie sa Pinas as nanny? Okay.
Yeah, that would have come under the domestic worker rule back in well, actually initially in 2012. So dati, no, you need to be able to show this. So this is before 2012, April 2012. You needed to be able to show then that yung tao nga had been working for you a minimum of 1 year. And that you are living there, say sa Pinas nga, and then you're bringing them into the United Kingdom to continue working for you, no? And that they will satisfy the minimum wage, and also that there'll be accommodation nga for them. So that was then up until April 2012, the domestic worker rule. Nagbago na yun, unfortunately. Okay, so after April 2012, pinalitan nila, and now. You can still, she can still accompany you kung nasa Pinas ka, may bahay ka doon, uwi ka, dadali mo nga siya dito, she'd be working for you nga 12 months. Now, the only thing is there's no extension, no? So, there's no chance now on that basis na papasok siya dito, maka-extend nga siya, and then she gets indefinite leave to remain. That's no longer the case. So she will not be provided with any degree of permanency. So the answer is, kung ang balak nga ay matatagalan siya dito, that's not gonna work, unfortunately.
Ayun, oo. Okay. Well, ito i-flash ko lang yung email address ni attorney. Yan, kung meron kayong mga nais, no. Kabatbat, may mga additional questions kayo or nahihiya kayong tanong. Kabatbat at Douglas double S Simon.com. Tingnan lang ho ninyo na mabuti yung spelling. Ayan. Okay. Ayan. All right, may tanong pa rito, attorney, no. Sabi ni Yan Galicia Paner, tanong ko lang po, Attorney Lira, nakapasa na po ako sa Life in the UK test ko.
Oh.
Kailangan ko pa po bang kumuha ng B1 test? Salamat po. Ayan. Ano ba yung B1?
Yeah, yun yung English lang. So, nakapasa ka na ng Life in the UK, no? Test. Yun ang mas mahirap, no? And then the B1, it's the English language. Yung dalawa yung kailangan mo. So yes is the answer. Kailangan mo rin gawin yun.
So between the two, ang pinaka mas madaling ipasa yung B1 compared to more or less parang gano'n?
Absolutely.
Okay. So pag-aralan yung mabuti yung Life in the UK test. Mahirap din maski paano to remember all the facts, di ba?
Yeah, no.
Meron bang may balita ka bang may kaibigan ka? Sorry. Go ahead, attorney.
No,
tatanong ko lang kung meron kang kilalang nagte-take 2, take 3, take 4, no?
Meron akong I have a rather unfortunate client. Actually, he's now a friend really. Dahil nga, we've been together so long because he's having to extend nga all the time. He is now is 10th test. No, the Life in the UK.
10th? Ikasampu?
Kasampunan, oo.
May alam ko sa driving, di ba? Yung hindi makapasa-pasa ng nung ano pangalan niya, nung driver's test examination. Tagal-tagal na, no? Okay, mahirap din. Pero yes.
In fairness, hindi nga to basta-basta. So kayo, yung mga if you keep failing, no, don't get too frustrated. Talagang mahirap. It's not you. Okay? And oftentimes it's also question nga of time, no? Tayo, especially kung may umaasa nga sa atin, usually tayo okay, sa umaga gising, tapos trabaho, uwi ka, kain, tulog, trabaho uli, no? So when do you fit in the review, no? You need to make time. That's the thing. The Life in the UK test nga, hindi yung basta-basta. You need to truly put in the time to study. So don't get frustrated. Kahit hindi nga kayo pumasa, you also find that you may be very nervous on the first occasion. The second time, alam nyo na yung process, that may be far easier for you. But yeah, review it and just take it on the bus o kaya when you have a break, basahin nyo konti. You can go online, no? You have mock tests. So it's also, and try and be familiar nga with the computer. Don't be afraid of it. Marami akong makalayante, kayang-kaya nila, alam nila yung sagot, but ang bagal nila sa computer, no? So just get familiar nga. You'll pass, I'm sure.
Ayan. Okay. Attorney, ang sabi ni rito, sabi ni Pat Senilla, Pat C. Penilla, sabi niya, Attorney Lira, hope I can call bukas. Have emailed you, sabi niya, client na po kami, Kuya Sunny Purihin. Ayan. Hindi lumalabas dito sa system eh. So, yeah. Okay yan, at least ayan. Okay, all right. Yeah. So, ayan, sandali lang. Tingnan. Ito, okay. Pinagmamalaki niya. Pinagmamalaki niya, attorney. Ito, pinagmamalaki niya. She passed daw. She passed the test. Yeah. Last October 8 po. Ang galing Talagang
well done.
Ito. Ayan, well done. Thank you po, Attorney Lira. I passed my Life in the UK test noong October 8 po. Ayun, mabuhay. Yeah. At buti ka pa, no? Nakapasa ka, no? That's good. Yung iba, yung kakilala ni attorney, kliyente niya 10 times na, no? So baka pagdating ng 11th baka pasa na rin siya finally, no? Ayun. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
kaya niya yun.
All
Lagi
right.
ko sinasabi sa kanya, kaya niya yun,
Oh,
but he just needs to allocate the time. Hindi nga lagi siyang busy
oh.
eh. So it's, kung wala siyang time mag-review, hindi siya papasa. But kaya niya yun.
Ayan, no? It's not easy po to take this test. Kailangan po talaga focus. Kita mo, may tip kayo dyan kay sa bagong passer. Dapat sa'yo, pag sa t-shirt mo, may suot kang letter P, di ba? Di ba? Letter P. Ito yung to driving. Pagka
Yeah,
pass,
yun
di
na.
ba? Eh, kailangan pa ba ilagay yun? O kailangan pa bang hindi ba nakakahiya din yun? Yung kapapasa mo ng, siguro parang ano yun, no? Parang badge of honor din yun na nakapasa na siya, di ba? To show to everybody, hey, I passed, no? Kaya may letter P.
Yeah.
Okay. Ito, may ano rito, may tanong. Sabi ni Happy Thursday, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sunny. Ayan. Teka mo na basahin. Oops. Sabi niya, Happy Thursday. Okay. How about those person who under NRM? Hindi ko alam yung under NRM and got leave to remain for 2.5 years. After 2.5
Yeah.
years, what will happen to them? They can extend their visa? Ayan, question mark. Ano ba NRM?
NRM, I'm not really sure what the
Hindi
acronym.
mo na alam yung NRM. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
do they mean
No,
I
no, ano
indefinite
kaya? No, no read, no read, hindi naman no
LTR,
read, no write niya. NRM. Ano
LTR?
ba NRM? Ano nga yung
Yeah.
NRM? Baka mamaya, kasi meron
So
abbreviation. Ano ba tawag dyan? Ano ba mga tawag din sa mga
okay.
ganyan? Kunyari, yung UN, United Nations,
Yeah.
LTFRB, Land Franchise, ano ba yun? Ayun ako,
I think
Land
yeah.
Transportation and Franchising. Ano ibig sabihin niyang NRM?
And got leave to remain for
Something,
2.5 years.
nababasa
I
mo,
don't
no,
know.
Attorney? Oo. Hindi
Yeah.
mo
So sabi
maintindihan, no?
niya
Hindi.
so a happy Thursday. How about those persons who are under NRM and got leave to remain for 2.5 years?
Di ba, di
After
ba,
two and a
di
half,
ba yung 2.5 sa
so,
mga asawa yan? Di ba yung nadidinig ko siya, 2.5,
um,
2.5, 2. Di ba sa mga asawa yan? Di ba?
hindi
O,
lang.
saan ba applicable yung mga 2.5 na yan?
So 2.5 can be if you got leave to remain outside the rules. That's why I was thinking. Do you mean leave to remain? So LTR, no. If you get leave to remain outside the normal rules, it's also 2.5 years. Spouse application or spouse visas, again 2.5 years dead, no. So if it's to do with the leave to remain outside the rules, yung nakuha nila after 2.5 years, absolutely you can apply to extend nga the visa, and under those provisions at the moment at least kailangan pa magka
Ah,
in fact times 4 10 years before makakakuha kang indefinite.
Attorney, may nakalagay dito, nilagay niya National Referral Mechanism or Ground Visa.
Oh, okay. So
Ayan.
the national referral mechanism, that's to do with anti-slavery actually. So I suspect ang nangyari doon, so they came into the UK probably as a domestic worker, no? Tapos a claim was made against anti-slave or for anti-slavery nga. Nakakuha siya ng visa. Actually, it should be 2 years really rather than 2.5 years. So kung ang visa niya was granted under that, the national referral scheme nga, because of the anti-slavery issue, it's not 2 years is actually the maximum. Now, you can nevertheless see if you can make an application to extend that on something else. So in the meantime, kung meron kang relasyon nga dito or something else, maybe may bata, you can absolutely seek to extend your visa. So don't just give up on it. But at the moment, if you got that visa because of the anti-slavery provisions, no, then it would be the rules at the moment say 2 years no more.
Kaya nakalagay yan, sinulat niya, the National Referral Mechanism is a framework
Yeah,
niya, for identifying
yeah,
and referring potential victims of modern slavery
yeah,
and ensuring
yeah,
they receive the appropriate support. Modern slavery is a
Tama.
complex crime and may involve multiple forms of exploitation. Yan.
Yeah.
It encompasses, mukhang may susunod pa siyang message, that it encompasses, biglang meron siyang colon eh. So, hindi, ibig sabihin,
Yeah.
hindi natapos yung kanyang ano. Pat Senilia says, I have read po a law firm in Richmond Chambers, up to 6 months daw po. Tama pa po, 7 years. I'll call attorney po bukas. Anyway, so yan.
Tawagan mo ako.
Sige. Okidoki. Okay, all right. So, ito, may mga questions dito. Babasahin ko medyo, sige, basahin ko nasa kabilang ano. Sabi ni Roy Angelo, Hi attorney, may question po ako. Kung mag-overstay ka ng 10 years sa UK, pero voluntary ka na umuwi ng Pilipinas without the expense ng home office, ano po yung ban na impose sa'yo?
Yeah. So it's the bans are 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. If it's for example deport nga. So in your case, 10 years ka, overstayer ka nga dito, and then you went back without getting without the help nga of so you paid for your own flight basically. So in theory, and this much well, I say in theory because of what I'm going to say afterwards, it's 1 year ban, no? Problema nga lang, you will find pagka magpasok ng application to come back into the UK for anything that is other than say relationship based, so something that has less permanency nga, no? You'll probably find you have difficulties getting a visa, no? Kahit sabi nga nila 1 year lang ang ban mo, baka hindi na sila
Parang wala
maniniwala
na,
na
no?
uuwi.
Parang wala na, no? Malabo na. Okay. Yan bang mga
Malabo.
ganyan, parang na, ano na, parang nahuli ba? Tapos parang, ano, uuwi ka lang ba? O ano ba yan? Hindi naman kinukulong ba? Pagka nahuli ka, nag-overstay ka, hinuhuli ba? Wala akong alam masyado, attorney. Hinuhuli ba pagka overstayer ka? Ano bang, or sasabihin ko, umuwi ka. Pag umuwi ka, okay na. Or hintayin mo na lang i-deport ka. Total, ganyan din lang naman mangyayari sa'yo. Hindi ka na makakabalik eh. Hintayin mo lang i-deport ka. Ganun. O pwede
Well,
kaya yung logic na yun? Bakit ba yung logic na yun na, teka muna, gumastos pa ako, umuwi ako, tapos, okay, meron ako 1 year na supposed parang ban lang. After 1 year, pwede na. Pero in effect, parang malabo na dahil parang that's a, kumbaga, stigma mo na yun o talagang tatak mo na yun, no? So, maaring, teka muna, sige, i-deport nyo na lang ako para wala akong babayaran. Hindi rin,
yeah.
mali din ba yung ganun thinking?
No, you should not. You should avoid that if possible. So, unang-una nga, kung mahuli ka, no, hindi nga lang, tapos wala kang visa, it could be that they don't detain you, no? But the chances are quite high that they will. No? So, ibig sabihin, hindi naman it's not a prison, but it is a detention center, no? And it's not terribly comfortable, and of course, it's very distressing. You can't leave, and then doon ka until such time na meron na silang flight to then send you back, no? So now they will give you a choice if kung mahuli ka. So pwede na sabihin, well, look, you wanna just go back voluntarily, no? If you do go back voluntarily, pero hindi ka nagbayad ng flight ticket mo, no? Then there's a ban of 5 years. So rather than 12 months, 1 year, it becomes then 5 years because you then relied. So the government essentially paid for your flight, no? Now deport is something else. So if you committed criminality, then they may well deport you from the United Kingdom, and certainly there you will face a 10-year ban from coming in. Now there are exceptions nga to the ban, no? So sabihin natin nahuli ka, or indeed kahit hindi ka nahuli, you decide actually you're just going to go back. And make an application to come back into the UK. Now, if you're making an application to come back into the UK on the basis of a relationship in the United Kingdom, so meron kang asawa dito and you want to join your husband or your wife in the United Kingdom, so even though you overstayed, no, there should not be an automatic ban. It's one of the exemptions nga, because you're coming in to join a family member who is settled in the United Kingdom, and that's quite important. They have to be settled in the UK. So someone with indefinite o kaya someone with British. So kung yung asawa mo or your partner here is sabihin natin estudyante nga, then the exemption, if you like, from the bar does not apply.
Attorney,
Yeah.
i-share ko lang to. May nag-share. Alam mo tayo, ito kagandahan nito. There's engagement. People are watching, so somehow they want to add on to the discussion natin. Ito, meron nag-share sa akin, si Virginia Jeng something, no? Ito share niya, sabi niya, ito. Entry for immigrants, ano ba to? Ano to? Ayan, and UK re-entry bans for migrants. If you enter illegally, overstay, breach a condition attached to your leave, or use deception in an immigration application, no ban if you overstayed for 30 days, 90 days if before April 2017, but left the UK voluntarily, not at expense of home office. Okay? The
Correct.
next one is 1 year ban. Okay, yeah, yung red na line, una, no ban. Yung green, no ban. Tapos pa, nagkaroon na ng line doon, no? Sa green na yun, nagpula. Okay, 1 year ban if entered illegally, overstayed, breached condition attached to leave, or used deception in the UK, but left UK voluntarily, not at expense of the home office. Ayan.
Correct.
Ano ba?
Yeah.
How do you enter illegally? Anyway, a 2 year ban if entered illegally, overstayed, breached condition attached to leave, or used deception in the UK, but left voluntarily at expense of home office within 6 months of being given removal notice, or within 6 months of exhausting appeal or administrative review process. Yeah. But left voluntarily at the expense. Ayan. Tama ba yan? Okay. 5 year ban, if entered illegally, overstayed, breach condition attached to leave, para din, no? Ito, but
Yeah.
left UK voluntarily at expense of home office, or left or was removed from the UK as a condition of a caution. 10-year
Yeah.
ban, ayan, if removed or deported from UK, or used deception in an application to get, naputol na. Ayan, anyway, di ko na alam. Yun ang
Yeah.
sinare na parang graphic something, no? Graphics,
Yeah.
artwork
So
or
yun na nga.
something. Yeah.
I mean,
Attorney.
yeah, so it's correct. So the main things nga to take away from that, as I was saying nga, is that you the 12 months, yeah, if you don't make use of the of if you pay for your own flight, no, and then 5 years nga if you make use of the home office flight, and then 10 years if you've been deported from the United Kingdom, for example, or that's quite right, that you've used deception. So, but the reality is, no, kung meron kayong kaso nga dito, you've overstayed, no, then, and it is, sabihin natin, no, 10-year overstayer ka na nga dito, then you want to go back, you want to come back in maybe to study in the UK, you will probably find that they would be very reluctant to give you a visa to come and study. Dahil baka hindi na sila maniniwala nga na uuwi ka pa, because you breach your immigration condition already, you see. So, the reality is, if you have an immigration background, kailangan mo mag-ingat.
Okay. Attorney, last question lang natin for tonight. Ito, Attorney and Kuya Sonny, good evening po. Ito from Julius Sakuragi, no, or Sakuragi. Sabi niya, ask ko lang po, ilang taon po ba pwede magstay ang mga British sa Pinas po? Yung mother ko po kasi 1 year and 2 months na sa Pinas, British citizen po siya, pero ayaw niyang bumalik dito sa UK dahil sa corona. Natatakot baka hindi daw makabalik kasi ang alam namin 1 year lang pwedeng magstay doon. Sabi ko po naman, baka mag-tax na lang siya, mag-tax na lang siya sa Pinas for overstaying po. Baka overstaying sa Pinas kaya pinag-uusapan. Kasi as a British, you can come back anytime. Ibig sabihin, you can overstay there for 10, 20 years and yet yung status mo hindi magbabago. Unlike yung ILR na kailangan huwag lumagpas ng 2 years dahil mahihirapan ka na, magkakaroon ka ng problema. No? Tama ba
Yeah.
yun? Mukha yata the other way around yata. Para ang tanong yata sa Pilipinas kung mag-overstay, magbayad na lang daw ng tax. Pero as far as British, walang problema. Pwedeng he can come back anytime, di ba? Tama ba yun, Attorney?
Yan, tama ka. So, si nanay, pwede siyang bumalik nga dito anytime kung British nga siya. But ang question, tama ka, I think, na question niya, how long can she stay nga in the Philippines?
In the Philippines,
kung hindi nga,
oo.
kung hindi siya dual. I mean, ang payo ko, frankly, is she should become dual because it doesn't really affect her status nga dito.
Okay, tama, oo.
So probably better. Nga, ang ayaw niyo mangyari, nandun siya and she's an overstayer, no? That and I've certainly come across this. So it's kung nandun ka, if you're an overstayer, kahit nga Pinoy ka dati, no, but you don't have that citizenship anymore, they can of course remove you from the Philippines and send you back to the UK, no? So don't wait until you have that problem. And there are also penalties. So be careful, no? Si nanay. See if there's something you can do retrospectively.
May opisina ba tayo sa Pilipinas, attorney? Have we got an
Yeah,
office?
yeah, we do. We have an office nga in Taguig. Yung nga lang we specialize in fact in English, particularly immigration law. We do other things also, but mainly English immigration law. So you'll find that your questions put in Taguig, we don't generally deal, and we don't actually deal with Philippine law, just because it's not really our expertise.
English. So anything
Opo.
English law, English immigration, yun, no? So yun. Okay, asa Taguig ba ang inyong opisina? Okay, so at least magandang balita, may Filipino office pala ang Douglas Simon Solicitors. Okidoki. Ayun, okay, I guess ito may isa lang, pagbati na lang itong si humabol lang, no? Itong si Felix Escalona. Good day to you both. So every week, attorney, we're having new names that we get to hear, you know. Ito si Escalona. Yan. Good day to both of you.
Yeah.
Both of you. Felix Escalona. So that's good. Make it a habit, no? Nagsisurge yung mga question itong mga latter part of the night. We are early ho. Alas 8 pa lang ho ng gabi. Baka kala nyo 9 o'clock lang simula ng show. Hindi ho. 8 o'clock ho. Ang simula ng Immigration Corner, no? With yours truly, Sonny Laragan, and of course, si attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT, yung ating immigration resident specialist ng Immigration Corner. Okay, well, yun. Ako, yung pagbati na ako. Yes, go ahead.
Let me, bago makalimutan, no? Just to remind people, the IHS surcharge, yung kailangan yung dagdag, so this is the second home office charge, no? Di ba sabi ko dati, three broadcasts ago, that it was going to go up on the 1st of October. Anyway, the home office did not get their act together. It didn't go up on the 1st of October, but they've now published it will definitely go up on the 27th of October. So ano na tayo ngayon?
Sabi mo 15 nung huli, di ba? Sabi mo nung una, parang October early, tapos naging 15, yata, parang gano'n, di ba?
Yeah, so it's definitely now 27 October. So at the moment, 400 pounds ang pagbayad, tataas yun sa to 624 pounds. So ibig sabihin, if you're asking for 2.5 years, rather than paying 1,000 pounds, you would be paying a little over 1,500. So if you can make an application, if it's appropriate to make an application sooner, then you should do it. Save yourself the money.
Magkano itinaas, attorney? Magkano itinaas?
It will go up to 624 pounds. So it's 400 pounds. Yeah, so it's more. It's 220. Okay. So ang taas.
Yeah, ba every no? For a family, bawat isa ganun? O hindi naman?
Yeah. No, every
malaki.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
wow.
Natin,
okay, well. Agahan nyo na, sabi ni attorney, bilisan nyo na.
Yeah. So
but you cannot apply hanggat hindi pa nagmamature yung sinasabing yung no? Hindi pa yata hindi pwedeng no? Basta yung mga nag-fall due na, gano'n ba tawag doon? Apply na kagad, wag mo nang patagalin pa.
Yeah.
O yung magpo-fall na yung
Pwede na. Yeah. Kung pwede gawin nyo, kung hindi, wala tayong magagawa, no? Pero kung if this is going to expire within the next say 28 days, no? Then you should do it anyway. So tingnan mo, kung pamilya mo, kung 4 kayo, no? You effectively you would be saving a little over,
400,
actually over
1,006.
Hindi.
1,006 ba? Sabi mo, 400 dinagdag kada isa, times 4, 1,006.
Hindi. So, so at the moment, sabihin natin 2.5 years ang gusto niyong kunin, ano? So, at the moment, it's 1,000 pounds. 400 pounds per year. So, 1,000 pounds. From the 27th of October, it's going to go up to 624 pounds, which means on a period of 2.5 years, it goes up by over 500 pounds. So, a family of 4, no? kung lahat kayo magpapasok ng application, tapos you're all asking for 2.5 years, yeah? So a family of 4 means you make you would need to pay after the 27 or on the 27th of October and up and beyond an additional 2,000. So if you can make an application sooner, if it's appropriate to do so, then you should do it and save yourself the money.
Okay, yes. Oh, mabuhay ha. Mabuhay. Ayan, at least alam mo ninyo, no? Okay, well, ayan. So, ayan, at least mga paalala ni attorney sa inyo, no? At ayan, kailangan gawin na ho niyo. Sayang din ang pera, no? Ano yan? Okay, last na lang, mabilis, attorney, ha? Mabilis na lang. Okay, sandali lang. Dapat paano na tayo. Pero, sige. Felix Escalona, ang tanong ko po, I'm under spouse visa. Next expiration po ng visa ko is 2022. By that time po, 5 years na po, qualified na po ba ako for right to remain? Many thanks po. Yan, siguro bagong viewer natin to, no? Kasi we have discussed it, people have asked this before, no? Okay. Yeah. Ano sagot,
No, I
attorney?
mean, it's a good thing to go through it again dahil marami ng ating kababayan nga that who are in the same position. So siya, nandito na siya 2.5 years, na pangalawa na itong visa niya na nakuha niya. So until 2022, maglilimang taon na siya by 2022 as a spouse, no? So absolutely, yes, pwede ka magpasok ng application for indefinite leave to remain pag matatapos na yung 5 years mo dito, no? So at the moment, on the current rules, kailangan pakita nga sapat ang pera nyo. So kung pareho kayo nagtatrabaho, the joint income should be no less than 18,600 pounds gross, okay? Now, also accommodation and of course, continued relationship, yeah? And don't forget, in 2022, bago ka magpasok, at the moment, the rules say, kailangan pumasa ka ng English language and the life in the UK. If you satisfy all those, makukuha mo nga indefinite leave to remain. So, ibig sabihin, settlement ka na dito. If your wife lalaki ata yung viewer natin, no? So, if your wife is
Lalaki,
then,
Felix.
So, kung yung asawa mo nga British na, you don't actually then need to wait the usual 12 months, no? Between getting indefinite leave to remain and after getting indefinite leave to remain to apply for naturalization leading to a British passport. So, ibig sabihin, kung makakuha ka na in 2022, indefinite leave to remain, ang asawa mo, si Mrs. British na din nga siya, you can immediately apply, in fact, for naturalization and then British passport. So, by 2022, sir, pwede ka nang, it could be that you can get a British passport, which is great news.
So parang ILR, no? At the same time, pwede ka na mag-apply na naturalization. Pero teka na, pwede,
The day
is it mag-ILR, okay, the day after. So ILR muna it has to be the first step and then you apply the following day. As soon as you're granted, no? Okay, dokie. All right. Well, hindi, maski ho pa ulit-ulit, sabihin ho namin kung naitanong pa yun before because we always have new viewers, new people learning the law, the immigration law, and getting enlightened. So, okay lang. We don't mind. Ganon din ang ginagawa namin sa SSS dati. Paulit-ulit yun. Maternity benefits, death benefits, ganyan, no? Paulit-ulit yan. Okay lang yun. Walang problema, no? May kanya-kanya namang kwento yan. Okidoki. Attorney, baka may mga magpaalam na ho tayo. Baka meron tayong baka meron ka pang mga shoutouts o may gusto ka pang idagdag na hindi natin baka bigla mong naalala in the middle of oy, dapat pala sasabihin ko 'yon o explain or anything, no? May baka magpaalam. But go ahead please, attorney.
Just to say that talaga I'm so grateful, no? Salamat po for keeping us company and watching, you know. It's humbling. So it's as much as I do certainly learn more by doing this. Dahil of course inahanda ko nga, but I absolutely learn and I enjoy also getting information from all of you viewers nga natin. So definitely, I will look up, for example, one of the things I need to, homework ko nga is to look up whether farmers are part of the shortage occupation list. So email me in relation to that. I'm more than happy to assist nga. Huwag kayo mahiya, no? Kung ayaw yung, if you don't want to email us now, then email me. And I'm more than happy to at least point you nga in the right direction. And thank you for, thank you for taking part and spending your time with us. Where I feel very privileged, to have your time. So I'm grateful. Salamat po. Happy Thursday.
Ay, happy to. Oh, tama nga naman. So yun doon sa farming, yan, para maliwanawan lang, no? Ganun lang. Baka at least i-research pa ni attorney para malaman nun talaga ninyo kung ano yun, anong farmer, anong klaseng farmer. Kasi baka ako, isipin ng mga Pinoy na nanonood sa atin, magsasaka ako sa Pilipinas, makakapag-abroad pala ako by way of becoming a farmer. Baka linawan natin kung ano yun. At saka, sino? Sino kaya ang may kailangan yan? Asan yan? Di ba? Hindi ka mukha ng mga nurses, hospital. May nag-message tayo, dental nurses. Ayun, shortage, here's a link of shortage sa Migration Advisory Committee, 6143 dental nurses. I don't know kung
Yes,
ang mga
true.
dentista ba
Actually,
pwede mag-apply ng dental nurse? Kunyari, yung sinasabi ko na yung mga doktor sa Amerika, nag-nurse na dahil hindi sila pumapasa ng board exam eh. Pwede ba yung dental nurse ang mga dentista?
yeah, no, I think actually dental nurses and dentists are included, or will be included if they are not already, but under the shortage occupation list.
Really,
And so I think,
Oh, wow, that's good
yeah,
news. Ang dami ko mga pinsan,
but
puro dentist.
yeah, dentist
Sana,
kasi.
totoo yan. No?
But
Sana
bear,
masama.
yeah, mga
Oh,
viewers natin, bear in mind, the shortage occupation list as proposed by MAC nga, will come into play on the 1st of January, hopefully 2021. Okay, so absolutely watch this space, but at the moment hindi pa. Okay.
so,
Sonny, just
okay,
before I
okay.
forget,
At, oo.
one thing I
Pero
would
teka muna,
like to
nakasama.
say,
Sige, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, ikaw muna.
Na yung dentist ba kasama? Sabi mo, hindi lang dental nurses, pati dentist medyo kasama sa January.
Yeah,
Shortage list.
yeah. Yeah, it could be. I can't. To be frank, I can't remember now.
Hindi pa natin, no?
Next time, okay. I'll print out actually the list of proposed shortage occupation
Sige,
list,
maganda
because
yan,
obviously
attorney. Oo, oo.
gawin natin. So then I'll even put it in alphabetical order to make it a little bit easier for us to also see. So kung may tanong nga, we can immediately see, okay, nandun ba, no?
So you're going through the list na yung mga probable na can apply to Filipinos. Diba? Yun ang
Yeah,
tingnan natin. So for next week, siguro, we can have that. What are these? Because this migration list is taking effect sa January. So ano ba itong mga probable na pwede lang? Kasi akala nila, they might think, oh, gardener. Naku, gardener ako. Baka pasok ang gardener. Landscape gardener. We just don't know. No? Alamin ho natin yan. So at least that will
yeah,
be good news if that is
yeah,
really things are jobs that you can get into, no? Because nagkaroon ng mga jobs ng mga radiologists, di ba? May jobs ng mga IT guys andito. Meron ako namimit ng mga accountants na nandito, parang hindi ko alam kung para silang seconded by their company. They're working at KPMG, mga ganyan, yung malalaking mga, how do you call this, mga accounting firms dito, no? Yung mga ganun. So,
yeah,
at least malaman natin
yeah,
lahat lang, hindi lang tipong mga nani, mga sa kasambahay, nurses, ganun lang ang alam natin. Teachers ba? Meron din shortage dito. Kailangan ba? Alaman din natin, di ba? Baka. Di ba? Sa Amerika kasi may demand sila ng mga science. I'm sure dito, they have this demand, no? Locally, that is, for science and mathematics teachers, yung mga ganun, di ba? Yun ang demand nila
yeah,
eh.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, no,
yun, malalaman ho natin. Titingnan ni attorney.
yeah. Yeah, so
Di ba?
I'll print out the list.
Okay.
Oh, the one final thing that's kind of shout out. Yung apo mo, no? Kyle,
Oh,
happy
yes.
birthday.
Si Kyle. Si Kyle. Ito, si Kyle. Nga. Ayan, si Kyle. Yan. Kyle, ayan, I love you. Mahal ko. Yung
Happy
tita
birthday.
niya, ang nag-post niya ng kanyang photo, si Kyle. Ayan. Okay, well, thank you very much, attorney. Wala na. Ano ko na, naka-shoutout na. Okay ka na. Wala
Salamat
na.
po.
Baka sa kanina parang may nakalimutan ka. Naalala mo na yung sabi mo, hindi, paunahin mo. Parang pinauna mo ako eh.
No.
Okay ka na? Wala ka na nakalimutan? Wala na. Okay, fantastic. Ayan. Oy, congratulations sa winner natin sa, ano pangalan natin? Ano pa pangalan natin? Yung pagbati. Ito. Ayun, unang bumati winners, Inday Analu. Taga Wilsden siya, attorney. Wilsden na. Nakita mo kanina, di ba na, Wilsden. Ayan.
Yeah.
Kunin mo yung ni attorney. At hoy, ano lang, katuwaan lang, pero hindi ko to, no, this is not a permanent thing. Nagkatuwaan lang tayo. So, okay. Well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Na magpapaalam na ho kami. Pero batiin ko muna yung aking apo bago ako magpaalam. Ayan, Kyle, I love you very much. Ayan, ikaw ang the best, no? Apong, ko, dahil wala akong sakit na ulo, napakabait, hindi makulit, hindi sutil, napakabait na bata talaga. Siguro ganun, maswerte kaya yung aking anak, no, si Kokoy at saka yung kanyang wife na pangalan ng daughter-in-law ko, si Carla, yun, si Carla. Maswerte dahil yung dalawang apo ko na yan, si Calix at saka yung Calix yung lalaki, yung bunso, at si Kyle, napakabait talaga. Napakabait talaga ng mga bata. Hindi sila makulit, yung nagpapabili masyado, or hindi ganun ang ugali nila eh. So I love them. So I guess it's time for me to say goodbye, no? So kami na pala, I should say. So I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay, no? Dito sa happy Tuesday Thursday, I should say. Happy Thursday nating programa. At sa ngalan ni Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat, ako po si Sonny LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you very much so sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. Kita-kita ho uli sa Immigration Corner next Thursday with Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat. So till then, take care, God bless, and have a nice and happy and safe weekend.
Safe.
Mabuhay ho.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Mabuhay and bye-bye. Bye.
Sige po.